we made cakes, for example, for a special occasion. We would save up the hardtack biscuits that came in the Red Cross parcels. These were just typical GI biscuits. And we'd take the biscuits and we would roll them down so that they were like powder or sand or flour. And then we would mix some of the margarine that we got with it and put it in a pan. And we would take the cocoa and some of the sugar and some of the milk powder, and we would whip up a frosting. We would bake that hard shell biscuits, just it wouldn't rise at all, but they got hot. And then we would take the whip that we had made. We called it a whip because we whipped it up. Now we creamed the butter and kept creaming it and putting sugar in it and creaming it a little bit more until we made like what would be like a whipped cream or a frosting, and we'd put that on it. I'll never forget one day there in one of the, it didn't happen in my room, but there was a kid by the name of Sconiers in camp that during the wintertime he was walking around the path, which is right inside the deadline, and he slipped on a piece of ice and he fell and he hit his head, and he just wasn't quite right after that. And so one day he was whipping up this frosting in the middle of the summertime. In the summertime we didn't wear very much except tattered shorts and as little as we could because it was nice weather in most of the time there. But he got this whip, nice beautiful chocolate whip all made. He put the spoon down, he took the whip, put his hands in it, started rubbing it over his face, rubbing it on his arms. All the guys in the bunk just looked at him, you know, doing this, and couldn't figure out what he's trying to do. Put it on his chest. And when he got enough of it covered there, he walked over to the bunks. He says, "Can you see me?" He thought he'd invented something to make him invisible so he could escape.